Now by Coach Swinney. Couple reminders. We will start off by going to him for opening comments before we open the line for questions. If you could, please identify your name and your outlet prior to asking a question. And with that, we will turn it over to Coach Swinney.
All right. Hard-fought game. Great environment. Appreciate our fans. Really want to take my hat off to Virginia and Bronco. I thought they did a heck of a job. That team's going to win some games, no doubt about it. It was just what I thought I would see as far as that quarterback. He's a really good player, very experienced offensive line, very experienced defense, and they created some problems for us. But really proud of our guys. It's kind of the end of the first quarter of, if you will, of our season. We played 3 games, and really proud of the guys for getting to this point and being 3-0. Obviously, we got a lot we got to improve on, but you play the game that you're in, and I thought we obviously won the game by double digits, but I thought we left a lot out there tonight on both sides of the ball. I thought special teams for the 3rd game in a row continues to be a real bright spot for us. Really, BT's been awesome. Spire's been, really solid for us. We're just doing a lot of good things in the return game. Lynn almost, takes one to the house there. Amari is doing a good job for us in the punt return area as well. So just doing a lot of good things in special teams. Again, hit 2 good field goals. But I thought we were inconsistent offensively and defensively at different times, where we really could have taken advantage of some things. Defensively, we played better, and we really played better than we did last year against them. Last year, when you look at the numbers, man, we were, then you look at the score of the game, you kind of surprised because they were 10 of 18 on 3rd down and 80% on short yardage. We had 1 pass breakup and 1 sack in that game last year. So to come back this year, I thought we made a lot of good plays on the ball. We had 8 PBUs, we had 3 sacks, and did a better job on 3rd down, especially the second half. But just inconsistent in doing our job, inconsistent in containing the quarterback. And, they got us on the edge a few times. We missed a few tackles. But all in all, it's good to see us finish the game. And those 2 turnovers were huge. What a play by Nolan, and an unbelievable play by, Andrew. But, all in all, something I think is going to make us better. And then offensively, and we had some guys show up to play. That number 9 and 16 and 3, and I can't wait to watch the tape. I really feel like our offensive line really got after them up front. They presented a lot of unique challenges and fronts and a few things that we really had not prepared for, that we had to make some adjustments on throughout the game. I thought our guys did a good job communicating. But I like how we finished. 3 out of 4 drives we scored in the second half. They kind of possessed the ball, but we took advantage. It really should have been 4 out of 4. Lynn drops a ball that he probably is going to score on, and it was a great throw by Trevor. So, just some inconsistency. Had a few critical drops. I thought Trevor played very, very well, and then Travis Etienne ties the Tim Tebow college football record of 38 games with a touchdown. That's a pretty unique record right there for him to have a chance to hopefully break next week. And then he broke Spiller's receiving record. So we knew going into this game that he was going to have an opportunity to really make some plays in the passing game just by nature of what they do defensively. And boy, did he, 100-something yards. So really proud of him. And Amari, thought Amari made some big-time plays for us and almost had another one on a competitive play in the end zone. We did some really good things on the perimeter. But really, again, we scored 41 points, but we left a couple of touchdowns out there that when we watch the tape, we'll be disappointed in that, but hopefully it'll make us better, and we're going to have to get better. So a quick turnaround for us, big challenge next week, and we'll be excited to be back here and get ready for a really, really good Miami team. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Line is now open for questions.
Coach, this is Travis Bowman, allclemson.com. Can you talk a little bit about third down efficiency for your offense tonight?
Yeah, we were really good at the half, and we had some third and longs that we busted. So we did a great job on third down. We were over 50%, and Lynn J hangs on to that one. There's another one right there, but really proud of the guys. Again, I thought we had a good plan. Again, they did some things we really weren't prepared for, just schematically. Again, I thought we made some good adjustments. But if we can continue to be efficient like that on third down, we're going to be a hard offense to stop.
Dabo, this is Larry Williams. What specifically did they do that they hadn't shown against Duke?
Just some weird looks up front, just some strange looks, in presentations that I mean, we really did a nice job with it. I thought Cade did an awesome job of kind of getting everybody on the same page. Even if you're, as long as you're all wrong, you're all right. And so you just got to be all on the same page. So they did a good job of communicating, and but they were giving us some 3 and 4 man presentations, and again creating some just a lot of communication up front. But guys did a good job. Trevor did a great job. They got us one time where it was just defense got us on the. We actually had a throwback to Travis open, but we just had a bad call. And the other time, we just got beat around the edge. But other than that, we targeted them really pretty good. And I was really proud of our guys. I thought, again, the offensive line, I thought really played well. So I'm anxious to see the tape and, kind of evaluate it further.
Coach, it's Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com here. What can you say about that Armstrong kid making his second start? And was he a pretty good warm-up for what you're going to see from De'Aaron King in Miami next week?
He's going to be a tough out for everybody who plays him. I mean, he's impressive. He's big, strong, thick kid, likes to run it, physical. I mean, he took some shots and just, keep on coming. He really understands their scheme. He understands defensive football, and again, they have a really good scheme that creates a lot of stress. And we're a team that really hasn't had that adversity yet. So I think it's going to make us better because again, there's going to be some things on tape that we're going to have to learn from and correct quickly because, like you said, next week they got a pretty good guy back there as well. So we certainly did not do a great job of containing Armstrong tonight, but give him credit. I think they again had a good plan and made some big design runs and some good scramble runs throughout the night.
Coach Swinney.
Hey,
it's Chris Seidel from Herbertson Radio in Baltimore. How you doing?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, talk about this game against Virginia. Were they better this year or better last year? Because I know last year we saw them at the ACC title game. It was a different atmosphere. Are they getting better? Or
I would say that's hard to answer right now. I think that they're a really good team. They've played 2 games. We've played 3. Last year at that time that was game 13 for both of us. So we were different teams. But I will say this: I think that what they do is going to present problems for everybody they play. And as long as that quarterback stays healthy, they're going to be incredibly competitive, and they're going to win some ball games. So, good football team, well coached, and again, a lot of experience. But as far as are they better than last year, I don't know. That was a Coastal Division championship team, and it's hard to say that right now after just seeing them in 2 games.
Dabo, this is Matt with the State. Ngata didn't get many opportunities tonight. Is that a situation where he's still working his way back from injury, or some other guys passed him at this point?
No, he's just hadn't really been able to practice like he wants to. I mean, he's been battling a little bit of a ab strain, and he's a very lean guy. It's frustrating because he had as good a camp as anybody. I mean, man, and but he'll get going. He's not a good player. He's a great player. And it's just a matter of time before that shows up on the field. But he just hasn't been quite 100%. And so Frank's done a great job, and Frank's taking advantage of his opportunities and showing what he can do. But we got a really good group. It's good to see some Amari again have another good game. Good to see Speck get going a little bit. Speck's a guy that same thing. He's battled a couple injuries. Wasn't able to play against the Citadel, so good to get him back going. And I think he's going to be a heck of a player for us. But same thing with Frank, and I think another young man. Two guys, EJ and Ngata, at some point will shine through for us.
Coach Swinney, Rob Gilchrist, WCRS, 1450 AM, 98.5 FM. How do you describe a performance tonight by Etienne and Rodgers on offense, and Turner, Booth, and Bresee on defense, as far as how the game went overall?
Well, Travis was awesome. I mean, he was unbelievable. He broke tackles, ran away from people. That first touchdown he had was just incredible. And they just couldn't get him on the ground. I mean, his lower body strength and leg drive was what makes him special. And then he's got the speed to run away from people. But he was incredible. And Amari, same thing. Amari had a big time play where he had to kind of show his strength and get through a kind of a contested guy down the field and get over the top of him. Had one more really close play, but he had a great game. Very, very productive. A couple RPO plays where he had a lot of yards after the catch. And then Nolan Turner, he's as steady a player as we have. I mean, he is a really good player. Just does his job. He's always where he's supposed to be. He's got a great mind for the game. He and Skowski are two of the leaders on that defense. And then Bresee he's just going to get better and better and better. He's just figuring it out as he goes, but he's a load in there. He's very active. I mean, he's played 3 games and he's already got, at least 2 sacks, maybe 3. So just, he's off to a good start.
Hey, Dabo, Josh from the Post and Courier. With Travis, do you have a point of comparison just in terms of his ability to break tackles and run through contact?
Say that one more time.
With Travis, do you have a point of comparison? Does he remind you of anyone just in terms of his ability to break tackles?
He's pretty unique. I really think I've coached a guy like Travis. I mean, he's a very, very unique guy. Honestly, if you're just asking me just of my comparison of just totality of my football experience, I mean, he reminds me of Walter Payton. That's what he reminds me of. Just growing up watching Walter Payton, and that leg drive, that ability to, run through tackles. People just kind of bounce off his hips, his balance, his relentlessness with the ball, his violence that he runs with. I mean, he's probably faster than Walter Payton, I guess, but that's his collision balance, his explosiveness through tackles, and just his will. That's the only person really that I could say he reminds me of.
Coach, it's Trevor again. Andrew Booth is a first-year starter. He had the spectacular interception, also had a really nice PBU on 3rd down against that 6'7" freshman. What can a game like that do for his experience or confidence?
Man, it's going to do a lot. I mean, he's a young player that's just getting better and better and better. Same thing with Sheridan. Really proud of those 2 guys. And, good to get Mario back. He finally kind of got going in there tonight. And we all know what DK can do. And I think Fred and Malcolm are 2 young players that are coming as well. But, Booth has really had a solid 3 games. He didn't grade well in the first game. He was just a little too amped up, if you will. But he's really settled in these last couple ball games. But that's the type of play that that can really get him going. What an unbelievable play. That's not top 10 ESPN. I don't know what is. That was impressive. And we needed it too, because they had some momentum going, and you still got to go score. And so really proud of him for creating that turnover. And then we went and got points off of it. So we got points off of both turnovers, which was big.
Hey, Coach, Lawton Swan, Clemson Sports Talk. Adversity seems to drive this team at times. And, a lot of games you guys are blowing people out. But when a team scores, you guys feel challenged, you tend to move the ball. What does that say about the character of this team that, those things don't seem to knock them back? It really energizes them to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, that's what good teams do. They respond. And we really haven't had any adversity. I mean, if you really think about these first two games, I mean, it's just, we've had some bad plays, but there's really never been a moment where the game was on the line or there was, just you felt like you didn't have control of it. And then you get in a game like this and you're playing a really good team that was in the championship last year. So they got good players. They got a very experienced group. And next thing you know, you're having some of that adversity. You're out of sync. You miss a couple easy plays, drop a couple balls that you normally catch, and miss a few tackles, give up some frustrating plays here or there. But, you got to respond. And so I am happy how they handled the adversity tonight. It'll make us better. You don't like it when you deal with that stuff, but honestly, it was a challenge that I think we needed. That's gonna serve us well as we get back to work on Monday.
Coach, you mentioned plenty of things to work on, plenty of mistakes coming off the bye, but you did manage to avoid any turnovers tonight, and that's a Virginia team that produced 7 turnovers last week, so you got to be pleased about that.
No question. They're leading the country coming into this game in takeaways. So that's a huge, huge thing. And we have not won the margin yet. We lost it in the first game. We tied it in the second game. So that was one of our goals going into this game. Now, one thing I'm probably most disappointed in is we had way too many penalties. I think they had 1 penalty and we had 8. So really a couple of dumb ones. We jumped off sides a couple of times, and we've got some things that we got to clean up. And again, I don't know if it's just the open date and getting back going, but only 1 game to really study Virginia, things like that. But no excuse for some of the penalties that we had.
Dabo, Brad from Clemson SI. How disappointed were you for Demarkcus Bowman to decide to transfer out of the program?
Oh, super disappointed. Great young man, and very, very disappointed. He's a good kid, but just said he wanted to be closer to home, and so we just wish him well. And certainly, didn't have him long, just a couple months, but certainly appreciate the opportunity that we had to work with him a little bit, and hopefully he'll get in a good situation and become the player that I know he can be.
We'll take 2
Yeah,
more, Coach.
This is Larry again. Did it catch you totally off guard, his decision?
Oh yeah. I didn't expect that, but yeah, it's 2020. There's a lot of things catch you off guard in 2020. So yeah, I tried to talk about it, but that's just it's what he wanted to do, and it's really easy to do that, and it's going to get easier, with the transfer portal and those type of things. It'll get easier and easier for guys to just pack up and go. So it's where we're living in. But he's a great kid, and again, certainly no hard feelings or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you got to just keep moving forward.
We'll take one final one for Coach.
Coach, were you holding your breath a little bit on that targeting call on Zanders? I mean, if that stands, he misses the first half against Miami, but thank goodness looked like they got it right.
Yeah. I mean, I think the ref made the right call in erring on the side of calling that as far as just, when you look at it, bam, bam, in real time, better safe than sorry. And, but again, that's why they review all the targeting. So they got it right. And, that was a big break for us.
All right. Thank you all for your coverage tonight.